Well, hello everyone, TheOntarioGardener here, back with another automation tutorial. And today we're automating basic chili, and this is another mod that comes from Ms. Evil Canadian. You can catch all of their stuff over on the Steam Workshop. There's a huge mod that they have out that includes a lot of different dishes, and chili is one of them. So we'll walk you through with my mouse here as always. Basically, chili is chopped peppers, chopped onions, chopped tomato, as well as tomato sauce, added to a pot and cooked, and then you can portion it. A pot of chili gives you 8 portions. So the way I have it set up here is you need a lot of combiners. You need a combiner for every item, because you can't combine something into a pot without a combiner. You can't push it on there with a conveyor mixer. It doesn't work that way. But this is the most compact that I've come up with as far as a design. It's basically, if you don't count, well, this is full auto, meaning you don't have to touch the pot. So you're basically 6 by 4, 24 blocks full. The freezer is optional. This could be either another corner grabber or this could be a countertop. It doesn't matter what it is. And the reason why it's in this configuration, you'll see in a second, because what happens when you put auto pots in here, it'll cycle them around, and you want to have a pot where the portioner is, so at the end of the day, you're going to end up with something partially frozen, like a partial pot frozen or potentially a whole pot frozen. So let's just jump right into it. We'll go to practice mode, and you can watch it work. Basically, the pepper's being chopped. The pots will cycle around, and because, again, if you're doing a full auto setup, you have to have this cycling. It's just part of it. If you're not doing a full auto setup, well, then you obviously don't need this, but I'm all about full auto setups. So as you see, it'll continue to cycle around until all the ingredients are added. You may say, well, that seems to take a while. It does, mainly because down here, because the way combiners work, combiners can only combine one thing on one tile at one time. Unless you have a smart grabber afterwards pulling a completed dish. So this has to cycle around 2 or 3 times to pick up this, and then cycle around again to pick up the other one. Because like I said, it can only cycle, then it has to go through again and cook. But as you see here, we're already done. I mean, it takes around 20 seconds for the first pot to be done, which should be more than enough time before your customers start coming in real crazy. And as I said, this gives you 8 portions. Let's pull out, well, I don't know how many it pulled out. Doesn't matter. Pulled out, well, I guess it pulled out 8 of them. And you can see the third pot is now in here, which again, it does not matter because the pots, unless they're cooked, they will continue to cycle through, as this one here had the fire icon. This one was cycling through the freezer, and it won't stay at the freezer because you can't portion something that's unportionable. In an uncooked chili, you cannot portion. And when everything is cooked, you can see it just says CH. And these don't have an icon on them as far as a letter, but it is the cooked chili in their own little bowls like this. And that's basically it. Like, it takes, 4 combiners. Again, the portioner, and this whole section here is optional. You could get away with just putting 1 pot in here, and it just does 1 pot, and then it'll cycle around to get the other ingredients as well. But again, if we're looking for full automation, which is, my name of the game here is full automation, this is the type of setup that you want to go with. Like I said, it's 6 by 4, 24 complete blocks. This could be a frozen prep station. You could chain these together if you like. The only other way is you could expand this to have more freezers, but again, if you want it to be the most compact way you can do it, it's this, because each item has to be combined separately. Combining onto the same tile, as I said before, will only combine 1 item in this type of setup. If you have a smart grabber afterwards pulling a certain thing, then you can combine 2 things at one time. But because a tile can only have 3 or 4 inputs or 4 outputs, you can't have all 4 of these going into one tile with being able to portion it manually or even manually or automatic. You can't do it. So this is my compact way of setting up chili. I'm going to let it run one more time just to kind of finish off the video. The pots will cycle around, as I said before, but don't worry about it. It takes about 20 to 23 seconds for all the ingredients to cook or to be chopped, because the tomatoes, like at the bottom, is the biggest issue because all the chopped tomatoes have to cycle through first. Takes the longest, and then we get into the tomato sauce. There we go. That one's going to get ready to be cooked. Boom, that one's cooking. The other one's going to cycle around when that one goes into the freezer. The tomato sauce will be added, and then that one right here, you'll see it right here, is going to wait. Boom, that one's ready to be cooked, and then the other ones will get all the ingredients as they need them. And there you are. I'll unpause it again. And there you go. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving me a like as well as a comment. What do you like in your chili? I'd love a little bit of meat in mine, but this seems pretty good as, I guess, a vegetarian type chili. All right, guys, if you're enjoying the automation videos or any other video on my channel, hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out, and I'll catch you guys in the next automation tutorial. Take care now.